Let's do this. All right, so we're opening up on YouTube. I record live on YouTube, guys, just so that you guys can get access to the video quicker. So I think once we're live, we'll go ahead and kick off. All right, we are here. Welcome, everybody. Let's do this. All right, so we're opening up on YouTube. I record live on YouTube, guys. All right, so here we go. So, all right, we are here back, guys. Welcome, everybody, to the Miseducation of AI Lab. My name is Julius Weems. I am your coach, your friend, your advisor. I'm just a guy that wanted to show everyday people over the age of 40 how to leverage AI and get away from all the hype. I spent the last 27 years of my life as a management consultant. I started my career at Disney Interactive as a game designer for Monday Night Football. I went on to work for PayPal as a agile coach and advisor, and then went on to work for some of the largest insurance companies as a digital transformation coach, and then the Department of Defense. I have loved transforming companies, really large companies, really big problems. And then I realized there are millions of you who have years of experience. And when artificial intelligence came along, I started working with it 8 years ago. And then as it became more and more user-centric, where ChatGPT launched, I realized that I could take somebody who has 20, 30 years experience, somebody that's 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, and we can actually merge AI and business and build something incredible. So I created this community called the Miseducation of AI. I am here to truly help people create the next phase of their life. I believe that we can create a whole new phase, career, and I don't even want to call it a career because many of us have worked very hard in the first part of our lives, right? We had to go out and we worked very hard, we built really hard, but now we can actually utilize these AI tools. And to all of my youngsters, my 20 and 30-year-olds who are hardcore AI, I am excited for you because you are coming into an ecosystem, into a community where you guys are going to be able to do incredible things. One of the early conversations from the head of Anthropic, the creator of Claude, was that there's going to be somebody that sits in their basement and build $1 billion business, and it actually happened. A gentleman built a health app using AI, no code at all, and that company is a health and pharmacy business. He built it by himself with about 10 AI agents, and the company is valued at $1 billion. And so, and we don't need $1 billion. Many folks who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, if I could show you a way to make an extra $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month, it is life changing for my retirees. Life changing. And so our goal is to get over the hump. And some of the things that our community has talked to us about is that we built 27 businesses total in the last 12 weeks. We've built them from branding to idea. We validated them with VC bots. We've also built out AI employees. We've done some really cool things. And so let me just shut this door 1 second, guys. And so we have done some really cool things over the last few weeks. And so this week, I wanted to go back because I did a call that was on how to build $1 million business with AI. And then I went back and I said, well, let me just go and I'm building a few different things with AI right now, some SaaS apps and so on. But I said, let's go back. Let's get everybody to just get off of the tarmac, right? Let's make our first $1,000. And I want to do this in an interesting way because many times on these calls, I'm actually walking you guys through the steps, but I'm going to walk through the steps and then I'm going to talk about the steps, and I want you to give me feedback, right? Because I'm going to start with some very simple ideas. We're going to build the idea. We're going to talk about where to market the idea. And then I want somebody on the call to agree to go do it, okay? Because I believe that, many of you who I'm working with is that now we've built so much of your idea, we got to launch it. And we don't need to wait to launch, okay? So we do not need to wait. There is no reason to wait. And I don't have my calculator up, but you got to pull out your calculators because how much money do we need to make per day to make $1 million, y'all? let me see. If I take $1 million divided by 365 days, I need to make $2,739, 2,740 a day, right? So let's take 2,740 a day, 2,740 divided by $149 equals 18. So write these numbers down. I want you all to write these numbers down. So if you had a product or a service that was $149, if you had a product or service that was $149, you would need to sell 18 of them per day to make $1 million a year. Everybody with me? Those are decent numbers, right? That doesn't feel heavy, does it? I want to engage with you guys. So that doesn't feel heavy, right? That's a real number, right? So I had, how much was that? It was $197. Is that what I said? 129. My memory bad. I'm getting old.
$49.
$149. Keep me honest. So then if we break that in half, if it was $75, I would need to sell 36 of them a day. All right, somebody write that down for me. I would need to sell 36 of a $75 product per day. Okay. So all of you have different backgrounds, right? In business, Letitia, and you're a professor at Rutgers in physiology, health and wellness. Dana and what you're doing for funeral homes and families. Jonathan in sales. Like, I know some of you guys, you all have different backgrounds. Now, the thing is that the first way, and people ask me all the, I think the cheapest way to make money, the fastest way, is to monetize knowledge. Monetize knowledge. I without a doubt, Shirley, 30 years experience in business. I think there's a whole lot of people that want to get into the business you was in. They trying to figure it out, right? Letitia, I'm messing with you because you teaching people all the time. You Rutgers certified teacher, you teaching. So it's just that there's a whole lot of people that would love to learn what you learn. Is how we position it, right? Dana, you have a incredible viable product that I believe your digital online obituary is something families want to be able to hold on to their family members. And I believe that anything related to people and care is an incredible business in 2026. I think things that are, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but things that are not in front of a screen, I think are the jobs of the future. Care, electrician, carpentry, knowledge, decision making. And so, but we'll talk about that. And then there's these little incredible people called children. And these little people, all the things they need generate over $149 billion in sales revenue a year. So let's start there. The first thing we're going to build, we're talking today, if you're just getting on, we're talking today about how to make your first $1,000 with AI. But I think it's more about business. The more and more I talk to you guys, I feel like I'm having business strategy conversations. And so let's talk about business. So if I was to, when we started, I wasn't recording yet. I told somebody booked on my Stand store. It was $197 to do an assessment with me. I'm doing a business AI assessment with them, and it's $197. So, I'll talk about the tools to do it. I will give you guys a free link. I am using Stand Store and I'm using Go High Level, but don't get into my tech. Stand Store is quick. The reason why I'm gonna give you guys a free link, because Stand Store allows you to set up something quickly, and literally today you can be up selling something. Okay, and so sometimes it's speed over strategy, and I'll tell you why. Because many times we delay because we're too strategic versus going and just doing and bumping your head a little bit, learning a little bit, fail fast, adapt. And that's why, even though we've built 27 businesses real time, if you're not launching your business, it's because you're sitting there like, oh, what do I do next? And so we're going to get over that. But you didn't come here for that today. Those of you online, you're like, Julius, tell me how to make $1,000. So let's go out here and let's go make $1,000. I'm going to give you a ton of ideas. Okay, we're gonna do a bunch of ideas, and we're going to do a bunch of really cool things to make sure that everybody is. Let me just start from scratch. I'm going to go over it. I've been playing in Claude. I told you guys I was going to use ChatGPT today, but I've been playing around in Claude a lot. So it does not matter what tool you use. Say it out loud, guys. It does not matter. I'm telling you. And I know that there are folks that'll be like, Julius, you got to use Claude. Oh, Julius, you got to use ChatGPT. For what our audience is, I feel like we can make progress and do the things we need to do with either tool. There is a different layer to this that I'm going to show you, where we can now automate these things so they happen automatically. And so we'll get there. But I believe that this kind of foundation building is more important than getting into the tools game right now. And so some may agree, some may disagree. But I want you to know that we are going to start with, you guys know we always start with new projects. We're going to start with a new project. This project is going to be called How to Make My First $1,000 with AI. Okay, so this, I'm putting in, what are we trying to achieve? We are building multiple business ideas with AI to earn your first $1,000. All right, so create a project. So create a project, you guys know when we create a project, and if you have not seen this, every time I do this, go into our school community, which I have not opened. I'll pull up in our school community. When you go to start, it'll show you how to set up your master identity prompt. It will also show you how to upload your instructions as well. And so many of you know that we talk to our AI because once you put the instructions in your AI tool and you set up your master identity prompt, your AI knows who you are and knows how you like information brought back to you. And so I won't go through all of that today. Those steps are critical so that when I'm doing what you see me do right here, you are now getting to see how my AI is using the information it has to work with us, okay? So all of you have been here before. If you're new here, this is an incredible time for you to go to our school community, and let me go ahead and drop some of these in the chat for all of you, especially if you're new, if you're here online, if you're on YouTube. Our community links will be on the YouTube video at the bottom if you're looking at this as a replay. And so members, we're gonna go ahead and hit the invite, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the chat, and I'm gonna pop this in the chat on YouTube as well. Because some of you are like, well, what classroom is he talking about? All right, there we go. And that is in there for all of you. If you are here in a school community, you guys know in the classroom is where we start. And as you promote to the classroom, some of the other classes are opening up. And just so you guys know, the leaderboard, and someone asked about this, is that how do you promote through the leaderboard, right? As you complete things in the classroom, some of the programs open up based on you hitting complete. And you just got to hit this little button right up here to tell the system that you completed a task. So when you hit it, it turns green, and then it gives you points on the leaderboard to say that you're engaged in the community. When you post something, when you post feedback, when you answer questions, you get points, and that is how the leaderboard works, and that is how you get points inside the community, okay? And so I wanted to let everybody know that. And so, all right, let's get back to the juicy stuff. So there's a few areas that I'm going to show you that you can earn money right away. Some of them are very simple, but the first one is that based on what your background is, right? And maybe you're like, I've done a lot of stuff, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how would I even sell what I know, right? And if you've been with me long enough, you understand is that we're going to use our AI to help us determine what should, if I was to offer value to people, what should it look like? What should it be? And what's most important? But then what is the community? What is out there that people are asking for? And so this is the first exercise we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys 4 different ways to earn $1,000. But the first thing is that what if you just don't even know what to share, right? Let's just say I start from 0. So I'm going to go here and, hey, Felicia, it's Julius. I'm trying to figure out how I could sell my knowledge online, and I'm trying to determine what is most valuable. My background is in consulting and business, and I love being a dad. I have a son that was on Broadway, all these different things. But I'm trying to figure out what is it in the market that people really want. Could you do some research and then give me some ideas on a very basic piece or an offer where I could help people with the knowledge I have and my background? Ask me any questions you need to know in order to help me define what this is. So the first thing is I talk to mine, and I'm just telling you, hey, here's a little bit about myself. I could talk for up to 10 minutes, but the idea is that you want to narrow it down, and you want to use the AI to help you figure it out. And so it's actually it says inside the consulting business, where is your deepest and most differentiated experience? My biggest is leadership and team building. Who do you actually want to serve with a digital offer? I want to serve faith-based leaders. What is the real goal for your offer right now? We want fast cash and test the market. We want some cash flow, right? Because we're trying to earn our first $1,000. And so, good. That's a real lane. Let me pull current market signal before I hand you a structure. Now, this is why I need you all to be using AI the way that that I'm using it now. One of the things you have to do is that you have to be willing to ask it questions. And what I find is that many of you are using AI to ask a question, but you're not using it to fill your blind spot. Okay, the blind spot is where many times where many of us are not using AI to fill that space, because we know what we know for 20, 30 years, right? We know what we've done. We know that, and so now we got to say, hey, I want you to go out, AI, and I want you to, based on what I've just shared with you, tell me what the market needs, not what I think it needs, not what I hope it needs. And it's telling me, hey, Julie, it's diagnosed 3 gaps. Faith leaders is too wide, right? The market data confirms it. There's a glut of free and donor-sponsored content. So it's actually saying, hey, faith-based leaders is too wide. Fast cash, faith leaders is a values mismatch. It's saying, hey, you want fast cash, but you're a faith-based leader. It's a mismatch. The Broadway Sun detail is being treated as a footnote, but it's actually a wedge. You haven't said how. So it's actually taking the stuff that I gave it and it's kind of breaking it down, right? And then it says develop. And so what you're seeing here too, where it says deconstruct, diagnose, develop, and deliver. Just so you guys know, those are in the instructions of our AI. When you go to our classroom, you'll put this in yours and it'll do it. So let's see what it came up with. The real underprice gap exists between donor subsidized leadership training, executive leadership training. Our approach: build one diagnostic tool that identifies the top 3 structural leadership failures of ministry. That's too complicated to me. Like and I'm going to tell it. I'm like, look, this is too heavy. Like, and I want you guys to be okay sharing with your AI, because I just want something simple, right? I don't. And I'm going to say, hey, Felicia, this seems good, but this is too complex. I want something very simple that I can offer to the market around leadership. Something that will help people possibly look at what they're doing and motivate or help them launch something online to make their first $1,000. So, can we scale back and really look at what people need in order to do that? And so, one of the things that I do a lot is that I have these conversations where, okay, I want something simple, right? I want something to help people figure out how to get to solution, and that's kind of what miseducation is, right? And so here's what it came up with: lead yourself first, a leadership to launch mini offer. So that sounds pretty good, like because many times we are afraid to get things done, or we have so many things on our plate we can't focus, right? The offer is straight. Let's see what it says. The premise: most people don't fail to make their first $1,000 online because they lack a tactic. They fail because nobody taught them to lead themselves through the mess of starting. Decision paralysis, no system, quitting at the first obstacle, no accountability structure. This is real for even me. A short paid digital product, call it Launch Leadership. Mini guide, a workbook. That thing is pretty good. I might even create this. Decide the one offer, kills the, I have 5 ideas paralysis. Decide the one channel, kills platform hopping. Okay, here we go. Price low, $17 to $47, sold as a single, simple, with a clear promise, the leadership decisions that get your first idea, your first $1,000 before you build anything else. Okay, here we go. Create a simple, low price digital offer that helps someone use leadership clarity. Okay, so this breaks it all down. I think this is pretty good. Want me to draft actual content for decisions right now, or do you want me to lock in the name and price first? Okay, so let's go ahead and lock in the name and price first, and then let's go ahead and create the 4 decisions right now. And also, let's build a logo right now. So I'm not going to get into the branding. We did branding the other day, but what I want to get into is that how do I get from this to selling? Okay, so there's some things I'm going to do to get us to selling because and there's a lot of detail we can get into, but I want to get there first. So I want to get a product. I want to get an offer. Now there's a lot we can do in here, and it's selling. Reading $17 leads reads as cheap impulse buy and can actually undersell the leadership credibility. $47 starts asking for more justification than a single workbook delivers. 27 is a sweet spot. Low friction, yes, but priced like something with real substance, not a freebie. And so if you want to anchor higher later, bundle it into a $97 offer with bonuses. All right, so, okay. So let's go ahead and build the offer. We want to start with 27 and then bundle it into a $97 offer with bonuses. Let's go ahead and build it out so that we can get it up. We're going to use StanStore because it's going to be quick to upload, but let's go ahead and build out the offer now. All right, and so it's going to start working on that, and we're going to actually make this a product. So I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that I use because I do have philosophy. Like because we build a personal identity prompt, it knows what's important to me, right? So it knows Julius already. So your AI should know you. And when you go into our school for free, you can build your personal identity prompt and you can build these instructions. So now when your AI is building anything, it knows I'm a father, I'm a husband. It knows spiritually what I believe. It knows. So now every time it builds something, it's just not random. And I think that's one of the things that we don't want. If you don't learn anything else from this community, if you never come back, remember, we never build random with AI. We never hope that it comes out with the right thing. We control it. It is just a tool. It is a tool that's leveraged with our experience creates massive success. So So all I'm doing is talking. I'm not doing, everybody on here can do this in the chat. Just let me know, does this seem doable? Is there anything here that seems overwhelming? Can you guys do this in the chat? Just let me know. Let me know. Does this, everything that I'm showing you right now, everybody here should be able to do. We're just talking to our AI. Felicia is my AI. And so now what we're seeing is that it's building out the sections of the document. Now, there's a lot of things that I believe around leadership. So I could have had a whole conversation. Hey, well, I believe that many people stop because they want to focus on strategy before speed and all these things. I could have a whole dialogue around the principles of that I believe that stop people from executing, right? And that is a step that I would probably do before I built out an offer. But we're gonna see what my AI does, because it's also seen all of my previous communications and it's using that information to build this document. So any questions while we're waiting for this to build out? I'm gonna open up for questions. You put questions in the chat. And we'll open up. I think I got a question from YouTube. So on YouTube, somebody asked, Julius, how do you get the AI not to give false data back? Well, it's called hallucinating. So how we do that is that in the instructions area in Claude, in ChatGPT, we actually tell the AI how to respond. You guys see this thing where it says the 4Ds. You see this develop. Let me just go back up here. This is a method that I created early on. It's called deconstruct, diagnose, develop, and deliver. So every time I talk to or type into either AI, it is always looking to say, okay, let me listen to what Julius said. Let me deconstruct it. And then in those rules, it says it has to always tell the truth. And truth means it must validate itself at least 3 times. So before it says anything out loud to me, it needs to go and validate that is true. And also tell it no response should be based on a hallucination that cannot be validated. So we build that into our AI. So that is why now I have a business partner, because I got to be able to trust my business partner, right? And so we control that. You should be controlling that. And that is what many folks aren't teaching. That I want you guys to focus more on your business idea than playing around inside of, you set up your tool properly and you go use it to build out millions of dollars in business ideas. So that is how we do that, through the instructions that we create. All right, so let's see. We're running over here. It's got some things going on. Any other questions that people need? This seemed doable. Yes, this is recording. This is recorded. This will be on our YouTube, and it'll be inside of school right after this. All right. So I get so excited because for so many years to do something like this, you would need a team, right? You would lay out the idea, you would design the idea, you would start writing, you would write, you would edit, you would go through. I mean, you're talking about steps, right? To get this from where we're at to online, right? To the steps would be pretty significant. I mean, it's not like you could get a product up quick, like right away, right? It wasn't built that way, right? So one of the things that I want to show you guys is that I want to show you today how you guys can get a product up. And I'm going to have, while that's building, I'm going to give you guys a couple of things that you can do, and we're going to work through this together. Make sure that I know I'm always pushing my. All right, let's see. Our product is up. All right, Shirley, let me know. Can you guys still see my screen? I think I got a little lag.
Yeah, we're good. Hey, frozen.
You still there?
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Lead,
All right.
lead to launch.
Yeah, my computer is getting a little sleepy. Okay, so let's look at what it created. Okay, let's just go over here and look at it and see if we even like it. All right. So it created a workbook. And I'm probably gonna have to open it up. Let's open it up. I created a couple of things. Let's open up. It looks like we got a. All right, this is our lead to launch leadership workbook. 4 leadership lessons that take your idea from stuck to sold. It's what's inside, why you haven't launched yet. Decide the one offer, the one channel, the one deadline. Decide what done looks like. Your launch leadership commitment. And so, why you haven't launched. Let's see. What you need to lead. And so what I would do is I would read through this in detail, right? And then I would say, okay, wow, what is it that I want to keep? What do I want to edit? But let's just say for the sake of this, right? We would take this and we would use it. So we would all read through it. We would all do that. Let's see what we have here. The next piece is that it created our lead to launch $97 guide, right? This is a much more detailed guide with with a full workbook. And so this would be our upsell, right? Now, how would I do this? People say, well, Julius, would you just do the guide? It created a little icon for us to post. It creates a banner image for us, okay? So now the one thing I always say is that, so this is a PDF document, right? And what I would do is that I would say, okay, now I got these documents, but how do I tell people about it? Like, how do I, get to a point where I want to tell somebody about it? And I'm going to say, well, okay, Felicia, I have the documents now, but, how would I record a video that could go with the document? Could you help me out and develop a script or even show me how to sell this? Because I just don't know. And so using your AI to get what I call a first round of understanding, right? Because let's just say you've never created a document inside of AI. You've never sold anything online. I want you all to begin to challenge your AI. Hey, look, go research the top people online and help me figure out how to sell something online. And so what would be really cool? They gave us a script, right? And let's just say you're nervous. You're like, I don't know how to, sell something online. I don't even know how to talk. Well, what if you had a little script that says, it says, if you've had a business idea sitting in your notes app for the last 6 months, this is for you. Not because you need a better idea, but because you need to lead yourself through the decisions you've been avoiding. I've spent my career in business watching people with real talent stay stuck, not because they lack skill, but because nobody ever taught them the leadership side of starting something, making a decision and holding a line on it. Even when doubt shows up, that's the whole game. And so this is just the script that's over here to the left. So what if I recorded this video? It looks like this video is a minute and 15 seconds, right? I recorded this video and then I put this in Stay in Store and maybe we test this all out together. Would you guys like me to see me actually put this up inside of like a place where you would sell it? You guys want to see the whole process? I'm gonna leave that up to you guys right now.
Yes.
You guys want to see the whole process? Let's do the whole process. And I know our lives are a little bit different because a lot of things we see online, people show you the first step, but you don't see all the way to the end. So let's do this together, okay? So we just created this product, right? I'm gonna download all of these. Let's download all of them, okay? I'm gonna download all of these. We created a lead to launch product. And here are the files right here. We got the files right here. We just created those here on this video. I'm gonna open up my Stay in Store. Let's open up Stand Store because I think it's important that we get to a point where, and I'm going to give you guys, I'm putting in the chat right now for all of you to get a free link to Stand Store. Now, I'm going to tell you why I like Stand Store because it's totally non-technical. I like it because it's totally non-technical. And when I tell you, I'm going to literally, you guys are seeing me do all this real time because I don't believe most of the time people show you how to get things all the way to the end. So here's my store. Here's a store. You guys can see my store right here. Here's what it looks like. And everything in here is low tech. It's low tech, right? So I'm gonna add a product and let's and it asks me what kind of product. We got a digital product, right? It's a digital product. But I want to actually let's do it as a digital product. Can I add up? I don't think I add a video to it. I'm gonna actually add it as because we're gonna record a little video to go with it. Okay. We're gonna call it an e-course. Is that cool with you guys? And it says upload image, and it created an image for us, didn't it? Downloads. I think it created this image. Lead to launch. All right, so there's the image, first step, and then I got to create a title, right? We're going to call it, what are we calling it? Lead to launch. Do we have a tagline? Why am I guessing? I should not guess. Hey, Felicia, I am setting this up as an e-course in Stand Store. I need to have a description, title, and all the components to fill out the Stand Store e-course area. Can you draft that for me? And so everybody who's just coming in, today's class was on how to make your first $1,000 online. This is kind of our first scenario where we are actually going in and we're building something out. We built this PDF lead to launch and we're now uploading it to Stand Store to show what it would actually look like. And so now I'm asking AI to help me actually build out the Stand Store information. So here's a product title, right? And lead to launch. And then there's a subtitle. I think it's gonna have more space down here for the subtitle. Let's see. I'm just copying and pasting, guys, just so everybody, there's nothing. Here you go. 4 leadership decisions. Boom. Get my course. I like to say get your course. Next, we need to drag an image. We got another, I think it created another image here, a larger image. We're gonna bring that down to here. Use that photo. So listen, guys, Julius we have used AI for everything here, but does this, and I'm saying this because all of you have knowledge. And if you could use AI to help you pull that knowledge out, that is what we're doing. We're using AI to help us. We're not being fake. We're not trying to, and that's one of the things that I love about this audience is that you guys, we're not 20 years old with just 5 years experience. You guys have real experience that if you go to your AI and just, hey, look, here's all the things I've done. I want you to go figure out what makes sense for me to share that right now that people could use that I could share. And so you guys see me doing this real time. How much are we gonna make out? Did we say what? This is gonna be 27? Did we say 27? I think I said 27.
Yes.
And the price is gonna be 147. It's gonna be discounted to 27. All right, in here it lets us do that. Name, email, and phone number. All of this is low tech, right? I just want to make sure, I want you guys to agree. Do you guys agree everything I'm doing is low tech? Like all is filling, everything I've done is fill in the blank. Have you guys seen that? I just want to make sure that that is the key because you don't have to be technical to make money. You do not need to be technical to make money. So this is not a 12-week program. We're going to choose our image. This is a download. Boom. This is going to be, we're going to use our same title. I'm literally going between copy, boom. I'm going to use the same description over here and copy here. I know this is boring stuff, guys, but I just want to show you what it looks like end to end. And we're not going to do any custom branding. We don't need different topics. We got one topic, and I'm going to show you why I used eCourse because I could have just used product. I just want to show you guys why because let's delete this one. And here's just Julie's recommendation. Even if you're not comfortable with and we're going to upload our workbook right here. This is our workbook. All right, it's $27. Welcome to Lead to Launch. All right, and then I'm going to show you what this thing looks like. Now, the one thing that I won't do this here, but remember the script that we had, and let's see if we can go to the full screen. I want you guys to see the full screen version of this. And then we're going to take a minute and answer any questions. All right. Copy. All right, so this is my Stan Store, but let's go to our product. Here's Lead to Launch, right? It says get course, $27, right? That product is up. Now, there's one thing that I want to share with all of you is that remember that script? I'm back and I'm here. Sorry about that. And so the one thing that I want you all to understand is that, and I'll be back up on screen in a second. So the one thing I want you all to understand is that everything that we just did, everything that we just created was created real time on this call, right? So how many of you could do that exercise? How many of you could do it? Like not perfect. I'm not looking for perfection, but just to get something up. So how would you feel once you got something up? How would you feel? Tell me how you guys would feel.
Awesome.
Awesome. You because it's tangible. You could touch it. Could you make it better?
Yes.
Yeah, you can make it better, but once it's up, you now are like, oh, I can do this. And the last piece I was going to show you guys is the video script. Go on your phone and just do the video. Do a minute script. Hey, thank you for this is lead to launch. Here's what it is. Da 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 da. This why I built it. I want to help you get over being stuck. I want to help you get over being stuck in launching your next idea. And so download my free workbook. My workbook will allow you to go through and write down your ideas, lay it out, da da da, and you upload that video into the class. So now when someone comes in, that's the first video they see, and it's just you talking about what you just created, and that is the power of what is possible. And with all of the experience you guys have, how many different products could you create? How many different? And so now, and I'm that's with you, Coach Shirley. Coach Shirley goes into her community, right, with 100 something people in it, right? And Coach Shirley says, "Look, guys, I've been thinking about the things that are holding you back, and I created a workbook for that. And I want you guys to click the link below, and I want you to go and get that workbook, and I want you to work through it." Coach Shirley is working with women that are trying to determine, hey, what is next for me, right? And so Coach Shirley could literally now have her folks in her community have her workbook and start working on her workbook, and she could have a video inside her stand story. You could have multiple lessons, right? But you don't need complicated tech. The complicated tech days are over. We don't need that anymore. And so that is what that is. So now, you guys, one of the things we talk about is that our goal today was talk about how to make your first $1,000, right? The reason why I went through that with Stand Store is because I'm going to pull mine back up, and I'm going to show you guys something that um, Stand Store allows me to do. Is you can have assessment calls. If your community wants to talk to you one on one, you can charge for it. You can make it free. You can have free downloads. You can have a series of things, and it's $29 a month, right? And I'm excited about it, and I use Go High Level and some automation tools, and we'll talk about that. But if the goal is to make your first $1,000, right? Um, and if I bought Coach Shirley's, $27 lean to launch, lead to launch, and then she says, "Hey, I got a bundle. If you want to upgrade to my bundle, it's $97." Which that upgrade can happen automatically. And I won't get into all of that right now, but I wanted to show you guys that it is true. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm right here. I'm right here. And so to be able to leverage these pieces. And so that is what, so I created a PDF. Let me just share my screen, make sure we get back to where we were. So what did we do? And so I always like to pause and recap. And my wife is like, you always go back, and she says, you always say things 5 and 6 times. I say, yeah, I do. I almost think I'm getting old like that. And so my goal is that let's just walk back through. If you're joining us right now, what did we do today? What did we do so far? We set up a project inside of Claude. That project was called How to Make the First $1,000. The first thing we talked about is how to sell your expertise. We talked to our AI about who we were, what things we may know that would be valuable. Then after we did that, what we did was we had it help us create a launch product, a workbook that can be downloadable. That workbook can be downloadable, and we charge $27 for it, and then we upsell. The word upsell just means that when someone goes to checkout, it's going to ask them would they like our lead to launch bundle, which is going to be our full workbook and maybe some other free things. But somebody will have the option to upsell. And then what we did is that we took all of that and we went over to Stand Store. There's a ton of tools like Stand Store. I will tell you guys, as a technologist, and I'm a technologist after 20 something years, I want you to know I find that people get too caught up in the tools instead of what the outcome needs to be. So I don't care if your tool is, Go High Level, Stand Store, whatever it is, right? What I'm trying to help you understand is that in the beginning, you need to focus on, I stood up this stand store a week ago because most of my payment platforms are literally sitting over in Go High Level. We use them, but I said, if I wanted to start at zero, and this is an exercise that I'm doing, if I start at zero and I was to take a brand new person that knows nothing about tech, how can I make them $1,000? And so this is all new. And so, we had somebody book an assessment. We have our school. I have AI for sales entrepreneurs. And then if you look down here, this is what we just built together, right? We just built this together, and I'll put a link to it so you guys can see that it's real. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this into the chat because we do stuff. We build real stuff out, right? So that's what it looks like. And so now the other thing I'm going to do is let me just check my time because I want to show you. So does everybody see how this could lead to your first $1,000? Does everybody see that? Or I'm going to pause for a second to see that if I have a $27 product with an upsell to $97, I need roughly 10 people to make my first $1,000. Coach
Yeah, I
Shirley, how
see
many
it.
people do you have in your community?
Sorry, you broke up. What'd you say?
About 87, and so that would be
Oh, I
about
have 165.
165. Wow. So you think 10 of them would want to get a nice workbook about just that you put together, helping somebody walk through the things in your community that you're talking about?
Absolutely.
So you think 10, like we create that workbook, you put it on a stand store, you go to your community and say, guys, I've been here with a short video. Here's a workbook for you to use every day to start really working through. And I know you have some courses and everything already, but we could go make that $1,000 right away. And I would love for you to really just take and lock in and go do that. Like, don't overthink it and go build your product. And so the other thing that I have looked at, and this is something that is just very easy. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Etsy, ETSY, Etsy. It's a platform that people sell stuff. And we don't need to use Etsy. I'm just going to show you guys Etsy. It's just a store where many times it's people sell all kinds of things, like everything from art and everything else. And so one of the things that my son, my seventh grader, summer color for kids. So one of the things we used to do is that we would get these kind of planning summer guides, right, for our son, right? It's just organized in the summer planners. You guys see this stuff right here, right? And so we can look here and I'll go ahead and take and let's just show you guys. Let's do summer planners. I want to sort by I'm sorting by star seller. Let's go here. And I'll show you guys why in a second. Okay. All right, everybody with me? All right. And so this is a summer planner. Okay.
We're with you.
All right. Summer planner. And it's a planning guide. Okay. It's 40 pages. And this seller has sold 75,000 of these. All right. So somebody got a calculator. Is she selling it for $6.21? How much if she sold 75,000 of those? How much is that? $6.
$465,000.
465 what? Wait a minute, say that again.
465, 750.
That's $465,000, 750. Okay? Divide that by four, because she's done that over 4 years.
$116,437.
Okay. Now I want y'all to look at this now. So this person has sold this product 75,000 times. She does not need to be here to sell it. She does not need to be online to sell it. And she has made almost $500,000. Okay. So how would you do this? How could we do this? Because I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not a designer. But what I can do and you can do is that I'm just taking some pictures because I'm just trying to understand, this is let's take this. I'm going to even take the product link, copy the product link, and I'm going to go over to Claude, right? We're going to go to a new product, and I'm going to say, I'm going to paste the link in, right? And I'm going to say, hey, Alicia. Julius, can you review this product and show me how to create a similar one that can sell the volume this seller has. All right, so Claude's gonna go out and see if it can pull. I'm gonna see if it can pull and fetch the listing and see what it is. It's let me see it. There's an error, the URL, likely Etsy's bot wall. Couldn't pull the exact. We got to show me how to copy. All right, so it's trying to. So the link didn't take them to the product. So, but we'll do this. Let's see. All right. Let's go here and let's go to, so what I'm doing, just so you guys know, I'm going to just take some pictures of the product and what's in the product. And so it has, and you guys can do this, just taking a picture, and I can take a picture of the complete page. And anybody can do this. This is not, does it have any more information about the product? Yes, it has all this information. Okay, so I have all these things, this information here, and I can give all this information over to, all right. So I just copy that over, and then I'm going to attach some of the pictures, right? So all I'm doing is I took some pictures and we copied them over. I'm going to open those up, and I'm just telling Claude, here's some examples, okay? And I just went and found one product, but this is a digital product. This is a product that doesn't require you. You and I are not designers or graphics people, and none of that. So now it has all the information, and it's looking at it, using our, you know, bundle. The bundle is fake deep, not just big. 45 pages, sounds massive, but look closer. It's really 12 systems: rules, chores, allowance, rewards, calendar, bucket list, readings, movies, tracker. Each duplicated across fill in the blank Monday through Sunday. The reward economy is the actual hook. Reward bucks, fake currency with denominations. Boom. So it's literally breaking down what it's seeing. Okay, based on what I attached. So it's doing all of that for us right now, real time, right? And it says, do you want me to draft the actual 45-page master list with your character bucks face tracker mapped in? Or start with a Canva build itself, okay? Can you build? All right, so now we're gonna have it build, see what it builds as a similar version. Let's see what it builds. Let me build a structure. Da, 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 da. So let's see where it starts at. But if I build a few questions, so it has a few questions for me. All right, faith forward. Yes, we're gonna do a faith forward piece. And full written content on all pages. So now it's locked in. It's gonna go and it's gonna build 45 pages. Okay. And let's see what they come up as. So this is another example of, Etsy is just a marketplace, right? So to have an account on Etsy, it's free. It's a marketplace, but look at the volume. Now I just built a summer planner, but let's look at. There's tons of things up here, and there's you can see a lot of people doing the same types of things. But I typically go to the 5-star because I want to see who sold the most. Because when you look at who sold the most, that is kind of what you want to say. Okay, this person sold 70,000 of these. Let's go ahead and let's put this up, because once it's up, here's the part. Once it's up, there's nothing you have to do with it. It's a digital download. And that is the one thing that one of the things is that I do research on Etsy, say, how many digital products could we put up here and just set it and forget it, right? And this is a great way to have an extra $500,000 come in every month, and you don't have to look at it. You don't have to go back and check it. Maybe you go and check in on it if you want to add more products. But this is an incredible way to earn $1,000, and you do it one time with your AI, and then you upload it. You have AI create all the pictures for it, and that's it. And so let me see. I'm trying to see here. Like here, this here is a summer coloring. I'm just looking at some different options here. All right, so this has been 4 years. They had 129,000 sales. And then they have a shop. So we can go to their shop. They have a shop where they have a lot of different things, right? So all of these these are coloring charts. But imagine putting something up and literally letting it just do its work, and it doesn't cost you anything to start. So while that's still working, this is kind of our second way. So does this seem like something that's doable? Can you guys copy and paste? Yeah, I think you can do that.
Yes.
So, all right. So what I'm going to do here is that while this is building this final product out, I want to go ahead and open up for, we have 10 minutes left. So what I want to do is really open up for any questions, anything that folks are dealing with where they're saying, hey, Julius, I really want to figure this out, and, just be able to show you guys that literally in our community, I would love to see this week, you guys to take a shot. I want you to take one thing. I want you all to go get a free Stand Store account. It's 14 days. I would love for you to all sign up for Stand Store. Go build a product today, a simple product, a simple workbook, a simple tool. Set it up in your Stand Store, and then just go onto your Facebook and let people know, hey, look, I want to help people with this, and I want to show them this, and even have Claude build a little script for you, a 1 minute script, and just put it up with your link, okay? And it's not that if nobody buys it, it's okay, but I want you to prove to yourself that you can go and get something done. I want you to prove to yourself, I can go get it done. I can get it done from beginning to end. And I want you to go prove that to yourself. That is what this exercise is, because I know once you do that, you got $1,000 will be nothing compared to what you can do. You'll realize that online is no longer a secret or a hard space for me to be successful. I can go do it right now. And many people aren't showing you how to do that. And so I hope this was valuable for everybody. Are there any pieces that folks say, hey, Julius, just kind of review this? Anything that folks, any of you have any questions on? You can put them in the chat, or you can go ahead and unmute. Hey, Daniel.
Good. I kind of got lost where, okay, you with Claude, you actually to figure out certain products, one a $27 one a $97 with upsells. Okay, now the question I have is, once you actually
You sound really far away, Daniel. You sound really far away.
can you hear me now?
I can, yes.
Yes. Now, once you asked it to make those products, it created those products outright.
Yeah, it created the whole product.
Okay. Now, if you don't put it into the stand store, then how would you make it a digital product where somebody can upload it, pay for it and upload it?
It's a lot of ways to do it. Somebody's got to be able to pay for it, right? So you need to find a way for somebody to pay for it.
And that's where the standalone store come in at?
Stand Store is an easy way to do it. There's a bunch of ways. There's a bunch of tools out there to do it. You could even do it if you have a Stripe account, and just do a link. You just need a link. Some people do it through PayPal. They create a PayPal link to their product. And so, that is, there's a couple of different ways to do it. But just to sell it. But that's just more on the sales side. Stand Store is just so easy because it literally is set up for you to just upload the picture, upload the document, you set up your payment, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I've been training with High Level and trying to get my business off the ground with High Level, but it's stopping me. I'm at that stage where, yes, I need to get something out, and then once I learn High Level, then I can transfer everything over. But right now, I need to get something else.
Yeah, High Level is not a beginner tool. High Level is an incredible tool to run your whole business, but it's not a beginner tool.
Okay.
My focus my whole thing is that in business, our business stays alive because of capital and revenue, right? And I want to remove the barriers for business owners. So yes, I would love for you to get to the point where you're generating revenue to where you can use High Level. And if you're technically sound, go use it. We use it a lot for a lot of the things we do. But my whole thing is that I want to show people how do you get off the ground right away today? Today, can we get started today? Can we get set up today?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's really the goal. Yeah, there's 50 million tools out there.
I was wondering, can we see that $27 product and that 97? The difference between the 27 and the 97 product?
Yeah, it's right in here. Yep, I'll actually post the products. Let me just show you guys, and this is what our AI built, because one of the things that I always go through is that our AI tools build. I had it up on the. Let's see. Which is page 135 mirror of the pre.
Because for my business, I'm basically creating an intake to where you can question a person on, you know, where they went to school at. You know, for the family to be able to actually write the obituary out. And they
Yeah, it's so that they could fill it out, right? In your one of the things we do with for Danon's business, Danon is on a virtual obituary business, and so there's a lot of things that people could fill in, Danon, that would be that you could do before they even talk to you. Like everything can literally be all online.
yeah, that's what I'm noticing today. A couple of days ago, I started on that one thing, the one exercise you asked. I guess it was last Saturday.
Yep.
Three things to make a digital product and a services and something else.
Yep. And so yeah. So here's I think you asked me to go back and look at you wanted to see the product.
Yeah.
So here's the $27. It's kind of like a basic workbook, right? It has the four sections. It's kind of going to be really general, listing your ideas, and then it's going to be the bundle is going to have the four pieces plus the bonuses. The first sales conversion leading through the next 30 days, right? So the upsell gives them not just the three. It gives them three more things. You know, the first sale, how to get to your first sale. It's giving them some messages, some prompts, and some things of that nature. And you can make this as big as you want, but the idea is that you're giving them additional pieces, right? So just know that is how you would do that for any piece. And so I want to go back to our little workbook we were building real quick, and then we can close out. So it's still over here. But it built out the first shot of our documents, but it wasn't it didn't have any graphics to it, right? It was just all text. And so I wanted to show you how we can actually have let me just see if I can pull up the initial version so you guys can see, because many times AIs, they'll bring you back a document, and that document will be all text, right? And so you can have it then go design, because that's the next step we want. And so it's actually working on that now. So, but this is just an example of how you guys can use references, or if some of you are actually working with people in different areas already, you can use snapshots of web pages and everything else to bring into Claude to give it a reference point. If there's something you liked, you can give it a reference point, and it can build that reference out. So that's something to consider as well. So what I'll do is that for everybody, I will post, because this recording I'm going to let this go ahead and run, but I will post the prompts and the output from our Stand Store project, and also from this one in our classroom under recording. So you guys will all have this. And I want to thank everybody for joining us for another lab. We're back every Friday, guys, for the Miseducation of AI Lab. We are excited going into the second half of the year. All of you should be making thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars with AI. Stop overthinking it. Stop pushing. Stop overthinking. Get starting. Let's just go. Some of you know that I am also in the energy business, and I do multiple business, but they all sit around AI. And so here's the one thing I tell people is that with AI is an incredible tool, but it is a tool. And just like during the gold rush, right? When there's a gold rush many years ago, when there's a gold rush, everybody came to the gold mine, and they went down into the gold mine to get gold. And over to the right side was a little shop, and that shop sold shovels and picks. And so what happened was that everybody thought that getting the gold was how you made millions of dollars. And everybody ignored the shovels and the picks to the right, okay? Except for when he needed to go buy something. But that guy with that shop made hundreds of millions of dollars. Now we're in this time of AI where everybody is running towards AI. Everybody is running at AI. But up in the right corner, there's a lot of things that support AI, that make it work, that actually, as much money as it's going to create, it will create billionaires. It's already doing that. AI will also have other areas that are on the sides or in the, water, 92 million gallons of water a month for AI data centers to run. On the right, energy. AI doesn't exist without energy. When I look at all the things around artificial intelligence, it's going to be $1 trillion enterprise. And using AI is critical, knowing how it works, but also looking around the outskirts and making sure that you understand what's happening around AI is super important as well. And I've been blessed to be in the energy space with AI, and I believe it will be another $1 trillion machine. And so I want to encourage all of you, learn AI, learn the basics, keep trying, launch something this week. I want everybody to launch something and put it in the school community this week. Throw it up there. I don't care how ugly it is. I don't care. Put something up so that we can see that you're in the game and that you're pressing and you're doing the things so that you can start taking advantage of this industry. Guys, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Post your work. I want you to post. Post your work. Post what you're working on so that we can all see what you're doing. Hey, Coach Shirley, go ahead and I see your hand up.
One question, I put it in the chat. Did you do a session that I might have missed where we transfer our information over to Claude?
We did do a session which was creating a meta. Yes, I did a video that I posted on transferring from ChatGPT to Claude. I'll text you directly inside of school with that video.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's two ways to do it. If you have conversations that you want to bring over specific projects, there's one way, or you can bring all the data over if you want everything over. What I would say is that if you have similar things, put them in a project over in ChatGPT. So like if your course, your community, just create a project and then drag all those conversations to that one place. Okay. And then let's see what we ended up with here. And then do that. And so I'll send you that message, and if you need any help, let me know, okay?
Where can we get a copy of this recording?
It'll be up.
Recording.
I'm going to just copy the link. It'll be up in the next 20 minutes. It'll be inside the classroom.
Inside the classroom? Okay.
Yep,
Great.
under recordings. Yep.
Great. Thanks.
All right.
Excellent workshop. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Look, let's go out and make some money this week. I want to challenge everybody to go. I don't care if it's $20 or $1,000. I want everybody to go and take a shot. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself this week, because I know everybody in this community can go out and do some incredible things. Guys, it is always a pleasure. I will post the recording and I'll post all the tools for all of you. And look, invite somebody. All of you, if you have not seen that you have an affiliate link, you all actually get 20% off of every person you invite. So if you invite somebody and then they purchase something, you actually can make money from our community by inviting folks in. So invite some folks over, use your affiliate link. Just go to your school and your profile, and you'll see your affiliate link for the Miseducation of AI. Guys, be blessed. I'll talk to you soon. And look, go build some things and post in the chat. Let people know kind of some of the things we're doing. I want to continue to grow. My goal is to get us to 1,000 members before the end of the year. So be well, everybody.